Okay, so heads up here for a no frills video, no intro, no fancy anything. I just heard on the news, okay? And I know the news is usually negative information, but at times you got to hear some what I consider essential stuff. So I just heard on the news that two major places are going to be laying people off. All right. You watch the news, you figure it out for yourself. I don't want to say the names. Okay. To me, in my opinion, and keep in mind, this is no one else's opinion, just my opinion, and I'm sharing my opinion. Okay. Two major corporations are laying people off. Okay. So that to me is a red flag. Okay. Now let's get over to the SNAP thing. All right. As you know, for those folks that are receiving the SNAP benefit, some states already stopped the extra supplementary $95 a month thing. Well, some people are going. It's going to end at their February supplement, which means in March there will be no additional $95. Now, that was because of the pandemic. That 95 was given, but that's going away. So I said to myself, well, what's going to happen to the folks that got used to that $95 supplement? Because for the most part, prices maybe in some areas might be going down. I can't officially say that. But for the most part, prices is still a bit of a challenge. Now, what happens to those folks? I think it's a matter of math. If the person knows that they're going to receive a definite income loss and they were told months in advance, then in my personal honest opinion, wouldn't it stand to reason to think that either A, to replace that 95, let's say $100 for argument's sake, by either earning it somehow or cutting back in other ways, that would be the equivalent of the $100. Okay. That being said, this is the golden opportunity. This is why it's really important to keep abreast of certain situations. Okay. I know of certain situations, for example, and I have been making more frequent videos because not only do I want to get out great messages, but I also have bills to pay as well. So therefore, I have goals. I have certain goals. And if my videos can help me in that manner, hopefully they can. So what do? I don't work less. I personally will work more, but that's my ethic. But folks do have the heads up. Therefore, in my honest opinion, knowing that the people who are getting that benefit, who've been getting that extra 95 or $100 a month benefit, that is soon going to come to a close, it is good enough reason to start thinking and planning right now on how to make up for the difference. I wouldn't consider that an extra thing because if it's just covering the higher cost of the purchases of the groceries, it's like an even out thing. So instead of hitting that point whenever in March or April when the person is going to be affected, I believe now is the time to start saving or keeping. Now is the time to start stockpiling even more because you're going to be going into your pantry probably more often. So there are some stores that have these like double can sales coming up. If they're not doing them already, take full advantage. Anytime you could get the stuff that you actually use at a good price, now is the time. As far as those like corporate layoffs, those couple of companies that I mentioned, well, I mean, maybe it's just an independent situation, could be, or it could be an early sign of other things. I don't know that. I'm not a financial advisor. I do not have a crystal ball, but let's just say that I would pay attention to it. I would pay attention to it and see what I could do in my own circumstance. I would ask myself, well, would this situation at some point possibly affect myself? Could this situation affect you? These are the things that I highly suggest that anyone, that just wants to be ahead of the game. You know what it is? It's all about being ahead of the game. This is why we do these stockpile reminder videos. It's not to be, like a pain in the neck, keep saying almost practically the same thing, but it is an urgent message in so much as we have an opportunity to plan ahead. I look at it this way, honestly, the truth. I rather err on the side of caution. So I rather buy my canned goods. I rather make room in my freezer for stuff that can last. I rather learn how to manufacture, if you will, my own foods and just, you know what I'm saying, and freeze them and stuff like that. I don't do canning or anything of that nature, but if I can make some meals of my own, wrap them up, label them, and freeze them, that's something almost anyone can do. There are things we could do, and there are things we could do. And again, going back to anyone that is receiving the SNAP, so those final extra benefits will be coming to a close, and the last payment of that will be in February. They're not going to see that in March, from my understanding, from what I read. So now's the chance. It's January. Stock up things, groceries where you get better prices on. Get the canned goods. Go to the grocery store. I encourage the shopping for the good stuff. I'm encouraging the spending on the sales, things that you use. So just a little bit of a heads up. I just thought it was right to mention this to you this evening. All right, everybody, take good care. Everyone have an amazing, fantastic day. If you found value in my video, I would greatly appreciate it if you smash down the like button. Let's all do this at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Smash down like. Have an amazing, fantastic day, and take good care of yourselves and your families. Bye-bye.